So you want Git basics? Brave. Let's see if your half-charged brain can store more than a goldfish's memory. I'll be arrogant, you'll pretend to keep up, and by the end you'll actually know what you're doing. No mysticism here. Version control is disciplined note-taking for code. We'll move fast, mock gently, and explain clearly. Breathe, rookie. You break things, Git helps you unbreak them without crying into your keyboard. Here's the deal, Git tracks changes as snapshots called commits. You make edits, stage what matters, commit the snapshot with a message, then repeat like a functional adult. Branches let you experiment without detonating main. Merges combine work, conflicts are your punishment for being sloppy. We'll fix those too. You'll learn commands, tactics, and habits that stop disasters before they tweet themselves. Rules of engagement, clueless human. Small commits with clear messages, branches for features, pull often, push when green, and never trust your future self to remember anything. We'll set up your identity, initialize a repository, add files, ignore junk, branch, merge, stash chaos, rewrite mistakes safely, and survive remotes. Yes, you'll practice commands. Yes, you'll stop copy-pasting blindly. Try to keep up. Listen carefully, rookie. Git is a distributed version control system. Distributed means your machine holds the full history, not a fragile server that faints on Mondays. Commits are immutable snapshots with metadata, author, time, message, and a cryptographic ID. Branches are lightweight pointers to commits, head points to your current branch. This design makes branching cheap, history robust, and mistakes recoverable, assuming you stop naming branches, final really final. Git shines because it models history as a DAG of commits. Merges create new commits with multiple parents, rebases rewrite parents to craft a linear story. Choose merges for auditability. Use rebase for clean history on your own work before sharing. Don't rebase public branches unless you enjoy chaos. Tooling reality check. Git is a CLI-first tool. GUIs are fine training wheels, but the CLI is faster, scriptable, and universal. You'll learn core verbs: init, status, add, commit, log, branch, checkout switch, merge, rebase, remote, fetch, pull, push. The rest is decoration. Speak the language, and every GUI suddenly makes sense instead of gaslighting you with buttons. Install Git, then introduce yourself like a civilized developer. Identity matters because your future archaeology depends on it. Use your real name and an email that won't vanish with your third failed startup. Configure sensible defaults. Main as the default branch, helpful colors, and a sane editor that doesn't hostage you in modal purgatory. Yes, I'm glaring at you, Vim tourists. Commands you'll actually type without crying. Set name, email, default branch, color UI, and editor. If you live in PowerShell, set the pager too so output doesn't sprint off screen. This is the boring part that prevents embarrassing blame later. Quality of life tweaks, genius, not. Enable file rename detection, set pull behavior to rebase for personal branches, and consider signing commits if your org demands cryptographic theater. Don't overcomplicate day one. Ship something first, nerd out later. Defaults that reduce pain beat fancy flags you forget in 2 hours. You've got a folder of chaos. Time to domesticate it. Initialize a repository, confirm status, and learn the 3 zones of truth: working directory, messy files, staging area, intent, and repository history. Status tells you what changed and what's tracked. If you can't read status, you're flying blind. And yes, you will crash. Create a repo, check status, and stage a file. Read the output like a lab report: untracked, modified, staged. The staging area is your deliberate filter between mayhem and history. Remember, staging selective hunks is power. You can commit cleanly even if your working tree looks like a spilled cocktail. Learn to stage only what tells a coherent story. Your teammates and your future self will thank you with fewer headaches and fewer midnight postmortems. Commits are sentences in your project's autobiography. Make them small, focused, and written in imperative mood. Add login validation, not added, or I fixed stuff lol. Messages are for humans, not for your goldfish memory. Link issues when relevant, and never commit secrets unless you enjoy public shaming. Create your first commit, then read history. Pretty logs keep your eyes alive. One day you'll learn to customize formats. Today we just don't make it ugly. Use conventional commit style if your team automates releases. Scope optional, message mandatory. Keep body for rationale. Your CI will love you. Branching is cheap. Use it. Feature branches isolate experiments from main so you don't demolish production because you forgot a semicolon. Name branches meaningfully. Feat payment intense. Fix login race. Chore depths update. You're not writing cryptic horoscopes. Create a branch, switch, work, merge back when green. Resolve conflicts without tears by reading both sides like an adult who can compare sentences. When conflicts strike, Git marks sections with === and you choose edit, test, commit. Tools can help, but your brain must decide the truth. Panic is optional, tests are mandatory. Local mastery means nothing if your team can't see it. Remotes connect your repo to platforms like GitHub. You fetch to download, pull to fetch plus merge, or rebase, and push to upload your commits. Protect main with reviews so you don't ship gremlins at 3 a.m. again. Add a remote, rename if necessary, and push. Pull with rebase for a tidy personal history before opening a PR. Your teammates prefer clean diffs over archaeological digs. Etiquette, clueless human. Pull before you push, resolve locally, write a PR description that doesn't insult time itself, request review, and respond to feedback like a professional mammal. Squash or merge per team policy, consistency beats dogma. Your repo isn't a landfill. Don't commit build artifacts, secrets, OS trash, or your 11 gigabytes of node modules. Use gitignore like a bouncer at a nightclub. No shoes, no service, no binaries, no commit. Keep the history lean, your future clone times depend on it. Example, gitignore for a JSTS web project. Adjust to your stack. Keep secrets in env files and never commit them unless you want a security incident named after you. Clean mistakes with care. Unstage, discard working changes, or reset a commit you regret. Learn the difference between soft, mixed, and hard resets before you amputate history. Sometimes your history looks like a spilled drink. Interactive rebase lets you reorder, edit, squash, or drop commits on your own branch before sharing. It's storytelling. Make the sequence read like a competent human wrote it on purpose. Rewriting public history, however, is how friendships end. Interactive rebase cheat sheet. Use it locally before pushing. Squash noisy fix commits into the feature they belong to. Write messages that survive daylight. Stash lets you shelve messy work, switch context, then resume without sprinkling half-baked files into commits. Use messages, you'll forget otherwise. Apply or pop when you return from your attention deficit adventure. Pick a workflow your team can follow sober. Trunk-based, short branches, fast merges, or Git flow, long-live develop, release branches. The point is discipline, not cosplay. Protect main, automate tests, and demand code review. Bad process plus Git still equals bad software, just better documented. Daily rhythm for non-disasters. Pull branch, commit small, push, open PR with context, address review, squash, or merge per policy, delete the branch. Your CI should run on every PR. If it's red, you don't ship. Basic civilization. Final sermon, rookie, small, readable commits, descriptive messages, short-lived branches, tests on everything, and a refusal to commit garbage. Use Git to make future, you grateful, not angry. If you can tell a clear story in history, you can debug under pressure without inventing folklore. Now go commit responsibly.